Hi, I'm Sean with Catalina Rug, and in this video, we're gonna go over how to decorate your kitchen with Persian and Oriental rugs. So your kitchen can be a great place to add Persian or Oriental rugs, and it can really help transform your kitchen into a more cozy and warm room. And so our objective for this video is to give you several tips and recommendations if you decide to use Persian or Oriental rugs in your kitchen. So what we're going to go over is some ideas about where to use these rugs in your kitchen. We'll also talk about our recommendation when it comes to rug padding, and then we'll go over a few recommendations when it comes to the colors of the rugs as well as the pile height and the design. And so if you're interested in decorating your kitchen with Persian or Oriental rugs, then stick around, and all that is coming up now. Alright, so first let's go over some ideas on where you can use Persian and Oriental rugs in your kitchen. So of course, one obvious thing is using the rug right down in the middle of the kitchen, and depending on the size and the layout, you can go for anything between a medium size to a large size rug. So something from like 5x7 up to about 6x9 or 7x10. Also, a couple other ideas is using a smaller rug or runner rug right in front of your kitchen sink, and that works really well because as you're using the sink, you could stand on this nice soft rug. Another idea is to place the rug, like a smaller rug or a small runner rug, in front of your stove. And again, if you're cooking in front of the stove, standing there for long periods of time, it feels really nice to be standing on top of a nice soft rug. And then if your kitchen has an island, then it would make sense to put a runner rug in between the kitchen island and the rest of your kitchen. Also, if you have any sort of stools that come in front of the kitchen island, a runner rug is a great rug to use to put underneath the stools, or you could go with like a smaller to medium-sized rug where you could pull out the stools and place them right on top of the rug. And then another final idea about where to locate the rugs would be if you have some sort of table in your kitchen, maybe it's a smaller table that fits in your kitchen, you can use something like a 5x7 or like a 6x9, about like medium-sized rug that would work really great, where the table sits on top of the rug, and then also there's some room for the chairs when you pull them out to stay on top of the rug. So those are just some ideas to think about. You don't have to just necessarily get one rug that covers the entire kitchen. You could get several smaller rugs or runners that could be placed throughout the kitchen. So the next recommendation we have is about using rug padding for your kitchen rugs. So definitely when it comes to using Persian and Oriental rugs in your kitchen, we highly recommend using rug padding. And there's a couple of reasons for this. Number one is that these rugs are usually going to be smaller to medium size, or they're going to be runner rugs, and so they're not going to be that heavy, and they will tend to want to move around, especially if they're sitting on top of a tile floor. And so for this reason, using rug padding is going to really help keep them in place, and then this way they're not going to be any sort of slip hazard. And another reason you want to use rug padding is, let's say you're going to get a rug for a kitchen table, or if you're going to have stools on top of the rug, then definitely having rug padding is going to help, because it's going to help cushion the weight of the stools or the tables and the chairs from being on top of the rug. So having that rug padding underneath the rug really helps. So for those reasons, we definitely recommend, if you're going to get a rug for your kitchen, do get rug padding as well. So next, let's go over briefly our recommendation when it comes to the rug pile height, which is the thickness of the rug. So if you're expecting a lot of traffic in your kitchen, a lot of people walking around and using the kitchen, then I would say having a rug with at least a medium pile height or a high pile height is going to be best. And also it feels nicer to be standing on top of something that has a thicker pile if you're going to be standing on it for long periods of time. For example, when you're using the sink or when you're cooking something on the stove, having something with a medium to high pile feels better to be standing on. And so for this reason, usually for kitchens, we do recommend getting a rug that has a medium to high pile. So next, let's go over our recommendations when it comes to the colors of the rug that you're going to use in the kitchen. So as usual, what we recommend is finding a couple of accent colors in your room to match with the rug. So in this case, finding a couple of accent colors in your kitchen and then picking out a rug that has those accent colors. So besides that, what's really important in the kitchen is that, of course, there's more chance of a spill or stain happening. And so for this reason, we highly recommend going with something with darker colors or bolder colors, and try to stay away from any sort of light color rugs, something like with an ivory background, a cream background. Those could have issues when it comes to showing stains if it does happen. And so for this reason, try to go for rugs that have darker colors, bolder colors that are gonna have an easier time hiding the stains if they do happen. And finally, our last recommendation when it comes to design. So the nice thing is with Persian and Oriental rugs, there's a lot of options to choose from when it comes to design. You could get a floral design, geometric, all over design, Harati design, a lot of different designs will work. So just finding something that's gonna be complementary to the design of your kitchen. And also try to keep in mind that if you do decide to get several rugs, for example, a runner rug and a smaller rug in your kitchen, to pay attention to the type of design that you're gonna use to make sure that they're complementary. So for example, if you're gonna go with a floral design in front of your sink, maybe also going for a floral design runner. So there's a couple things to keep in mind when it comes to design, and it's just mainly about keeping things complementary, but any type of design can work well in your kitchen. All right, so this concludes our video on how to decorate your kitchen with Persian and Oriental rugs. I really hope that you found some of these recommendations helpful. Now, if you want to learn more about how to use these rugs in your kitchen and you want to look at some of the options that you have, then head over to our site, catalinarug.com, and look up our kitchen rugs collection there, where we have several recommendations and different options for you. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, then I invite you to like and subscribe and comment below, and I will see you in the next video.